First it was Saho, then came Radheshyam, and now with Adipurush, we have completed the Prabhas disaster trilogy. All three of them were big budget films with Prabhas, the pan-India star, at the center of it, and they all were failures, not just critically, but even box office wise, considering the budget they had. So why did this happen? What went wrong? I have three reasons for that. Let's talk about it. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince, and it's well known that Prabhas gave 5.5 years to Bahubali franchise, and we all know the result for it. They went on to change the entire landscape of Indian cinema, became the highest grossing film in India, and then in the next 5 years, we got these three disasters from him. So the reason number one for this is that these three were projects and not a movie. The natural way of making a movie is that you have a story with you that you want to tell, then you go out and get people to make that film possible, like the producer, the actors, the crew. You find a team that will help you to tell this story, and then you release it for the people to see. Now there's another way to make a movie which I'll call man-made, where you have a very big star and then there are producers who want to bet money on the star because they can utilize his fandom to make money. So they plan to make a movie with the star and they need a team for it. So they go out and get a director and then a writer, and then they get the story. And you see where I'm going with this. Now this type of filmmaking has delivered good results. Thus this formula continues. But we have seen this failing many times post-COVID. Now all the three films follow the same structure. And if you notice, there's something more in common. Saho was produced by UV Creations and the music rights were sold by T-Series. Then Radheshyam was produced jointly by UV Creations and T-Series. And Adipurush was produced by T-Series and the Telugu distributors were UV Creation. So we have a big star Prabhas. These producers come in, they want to make money, so let's make a big pan-India film. They get a director who will then get a story. A lot of money will be put in because they want to make more money. The budget will be sky high, sometimes unnecessary. And because of this priority list, what suffers is the story. And as we have seen, the film doesn't work. If you don't make a movie but a project around a hero, you are most probably doomed to fail. Point number two, the creative control of these projects. We all know a film is a director's vision. He or she is the captain of the ship. But that's the case when everyone is in service of the story. But in a project, everyone is serving the hero. So in a project, the creative control is not with the director, but the person putting in the money, which is mainly the producer, or if the star is also a producer. But if a director is not in control, why would he make the film? A valid question. If you notice in all these three films, the directors are very new. They have done 1 or 2 films before this big project was handed to them. They're given such a big opportunity to make such a big film at such an early stage of their career. And before you even realize, they are at the mercy of the producer. They owe to them. They are young, they are inexperienced, so they cannot be at the top of the chain of command. But even for a debate, if we consider they were not pressurized, they were given full freedom to make the film they want to make. The thing is that they are not experienced, which is very important for such big projects. And I'm not saying first time filmmaker or new filmmaker cannot make a good film. They totally can. But this is a different beast altogether because this is not a film, it's a project and it has its own things to deal with. Suddenly you are making a film at a scale you have never done before. You have no idea. This will be a learning process for you. You will make mistakes. Statistically, most people will fail. And with these three films, we have witnessed that. There's something common in all three of them. They are a mess. There's a big lack of convincing storytelling. You can notice the immature filmmaking, be it the visuals, the editing, the storylines. Number 3, the stardom trap. A lot many careers have been affected and ruined because of stardom. Why? Because you are at the top. And when you reach the top, you don't know where to go. You suddenly become directionless. And that has happened with Prabhas. He was a big and well-known star in Telugu states, but Bahubali made him a pan-India star. Across the globe, people know him. The films became a landmark in Indian cinema. Of course, it changed his life. And when you get this kind of success, many doors open for you. But if you're not careful, you'll also get trapped in this. Post Bahubali, he decided to be the mass hero and not just an actor. So you cannot go small. You have to go bigger. You have to take the scale up. Now you're a pan-India star. So you have to make pan-India films, which are bigger and epic. And that's where the problem lies. Because very few directors have the ability to pull such big films. It's not everyone's cup of tea. And these few directors are stars themselves. You cannot just control them, tell them what to do. You cannot just assemble a project and get them on board to make it. That's not how they function. And the star cannot wait for these few directors to come up with a story which requires him. They are not gonna come to you. So you have to create something yourself. So you have to assemble this big project. And that's what has happened. And Prabhas is a really good actor. Not everyone can devote his 5.5 years on just 2 films. And because he did that, he got an amazing result. He has the talent, he has the skill, but it's just bad decision after bad decision. You can see his stardom getting affected. If you compare the box office numbers of all three films after Bahubali, you can see a declining trend. After the success of both the Bahubalis, Prabhas was a big name. Everyone was looking for his next film. There was a lot of buzz behind it, which was Saho, and it was shot both in Hindi and Telugu simultaneously. And when the film came out, it actually did way better in Hindi than other regions. And the lifetime box office that I could find on internet says 450 plus crores, which is more than its budget, which is 350 crores, but very low compared to Bahubali's success. Now the film was not really loved, and that affected the next movie, which was Radhe Shyam, again made on a budget of 300 to 350 crores, and what I could find, it only made 150 crores. Again a big dip. Now with Adipurush, the budget is estimated to be around 600, but we don't know that for sure. And right now worldwide, the film has made around 350 crores, which is again a decline. And it was not just Prabhas, it was also that the film was based on Ramayana. But you can clearly see a trend. It's declining. And if people don't get good content from Prabhas, they will stop trusting him and going for his films in the first weekend. They'll wait for the word of mouth. And if you notice, his upcoming two big films are Salaar and Project K. Again, pan-India level. Both are directed by people who are new, who have just done one or two films. But the difference is both of them have made big films before. They have proven themselves. Prashant Neel made Urugam first and then KGF Chapter 1, Chapter 2, which became the biggest film in India. And Nag Ashwin, who has directed 2 to 3 films, and one of them is Mahanadi, a biopic on the lady superstar Savitri. Of course, you cannot compare that with Project K, but that was a big film and you really need to have talent and craft to pull it off. And that's why I'm excited for both these films, and I hope with these two, it's a comeback for Prabhas. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Here's a video you may like to see next. If you like this, the thumbs up button, share this, and I'll see you next time.